Chicago Blackhawks are currently on a 3-game losing streak. They have 2 games coming up at home, and they're both must-win games in my opinion. I mean, the first one tomorrow night, you have Minnesota, who they're directly competing with for a playoff spot. I mean, Minnesota's in their division, and they're a playoff team, so that really is it almost feels like a must-win game even though it's only, the end of November. And then you have Nashville on Friday night, also at home. They're also debuting the black jerseys for that game, which is going to be exciting. But that's another game that you should win. I mean, Nashville's at the bottom of the Central, near the bottom of the West, I believe, if not at the bottom of the West. So that's another must-win game. But let's look ahead at Minnesota's game, the game against Minnesota, sorry, on Wednesday. The Wild are coming in 12-7-4. They had a bit of a slower start to the year. They're 8-1-1 in their last 10, and that's because of uh, probably because of Wallstead and Gustafsson. It seems like Gustafsson is probably going to start tomorrow against the Hawks. He's 6.72 on the year. He's got 2 shutouts. He's been pretty good lately. With a 2.79 goals against and a 9.02 save percentage. Again, he's been a lot better as of late with the team as well as the whole team. They've been on a tear. Like I said, they're 8-1-1 in their last 10. Versus the Hawks, 10-8-4, obviously 5-4-1 their last 10. They're coming off, like I said, a 3-game losing streak. A game against Seattle that you probably should have won. A game against Buffalo that you absolutely did not deserve to win. And then a game against Colorado last night where if the Blackhawks play that way, uh, every game the rest of the year, they're going to win a lot of hockey games. They played really well against the best team in the league, and they just couldn't come out with the 2 points. But yeah, it looks like Knight is probably going to start this game. He's 7-5-3 on the year with 1 shutout, 2.38 goals against, and a 9.25 save percentage. I mean, he's just been. If the season ended today, he would be a Vezina candidate. He's just had an amazing year, obviously. Um, when you look at individual guys on the team, their top point producer obviously is Kaprizov at 27 points this year versus the Blackhawks with Bedard at 31. Both just superstars for their teams. Kaprizov obviously a winger, Bedard's a center. But you look at these two teams matched up against each other. Goals for, the Hawks have the edge. Minnesota's at a 2.87. Hawks are at a 3.14. Goals for per game. Goals against is pretty identical. The Wild are at a 2.78. The Hawks are at a 2.77. Power play also is really close. Minnesota's at 25.6%. Hawks are at 24.2. In the penalty kill, the Hawks do have the slight advantage. Minnesota's at 75.9, and the Hawks are at 83.3. So Hawks have a good penalty kill this year. The Hawks have good special teams this year. I mean, the power play started off slow, but has gotten a lot better since putting Burakovsky up there, who hopefully will be back for the Minnesota game. He did fully practice today. He wasn't wearing the non-contact jersey. He took part in all the drills today, and he was a full participant in practice. So if he's not back for the Minnesota game, hopefully Nashville on Friday. Uh, According to Daily Faceoff, the Wild's lines are Kaprizov, Yurov, and Zuccarello. I was surprised to see Yurov out there. I don't know much about the guy. Maybe he's just an absolute stud, and I have no idea. Second line, you got Marcus Johansson, Joel Eriksson Ek, and Matt Boldy. Yurov on that first line really surprises me just because they have Eriksson Ek centering the second line. He's obviously a really good center. Then you got Nick Foligno's brother, Marcus Foligno, Sturm, and Trennan on that third line. And then you got Ogren, James, and Blackhawks legend Pitlick on the fourth line. Their decor, the top pair, looks good like always in Brodin and Faber. You got Middleton, Spurgeon, and then Bouillon and Bogosian. Rossi's injured. That definitely probably I would think explains some of those line combinations. But yeah, like I said, this feels like a must-win game for the Hawks, just because, like I said, it's a team they're directly competing for for a playoff spot. Um, and it's only end of November, but this is when you got to get those wins. You can't lose these games, especially given the fact the Hawks are not the farthest you can be from a playoff team as far as expectations go this year. But with the way they've been playing, they feel like they can do it, and if they're going to do it, they need to win these games. So for Minnesota, you have to win that game, and um, I think if you're the Hawks, obviously you want 2 points against Colorado. The past game, you felt like you played pretty good, so hopefully they come out fast and they play the same way, and they can get 2 points against the Wild. That brings us to Friday. Nashville comes to town. They are the opposite story of the Minnesota Wild. They're not a team that is in playoff contention. They're 6-12-4. Um, Saros, I don't know who they're going to start, obviously, because the game's not till Friday. But let's just assume it's Saros because their starter. 6-9-3 with a 309 goals against and an 889 save percentage. So Saros is not having a good year. He's a good goalie. We know he's a good goalie. He's been a good goalie throughout his career, but last year and this year have certainly been down years, and I don't think it's all his fault. I mean, the team that's in front of him is just not great. Their point leader is Philip Forsberg at 16, pretty much just under half of what Bedard has. So they're struggling all around. I mean, goal scoring has been their struggle for a long time, but yeah, scoring goals is something they have a lot of trouble with. And this year, too, keeping the puck out of the net is something they also have a lot of trouble with. So this is a game the Hawks should win. Um, as far as overall team stats, I mean, their goals for per game is a 2.32 versus the Hawks 3.14. So the Hawks have the edge there. Their goals against per game is a 3.68, while the Hawks have a 2.77. So again, advantage to the Hawks. Their power play is not good at 16.2%. So again, the advantage to Chicago. And then their penalty kill is not bad. Their penalty kill is 82.5%. So just under the Hawks, who are at 83.3. So their penalty kill is kind of the only thing there that's not very depressing if you're a Nashville fan. Um, so yeah, this is, like I said, this is a game that the Hawks need to win the Nashville game. There's no excuse why they shouldn't. The lines they're running, according to Daily Faceoff, are Philip Forsberg, Ryan O'Reilly, Luke Evangelista, Steven Stamkos, Eric Halla, and Wood, who's having a really good rookie year. Bunting, McCarron, and Marchessault. Now, I'm quite surprised to see Marchessault on the third line, but considering the fact that Wood is above him, makes sense. Like I said, he's having a great year. Marchessault is not, and Nashville probably wants to play their young guns a little bit more, considering the direction that they're going. In the fourth line, you got Jost, Svechkov, and Weisblatt. The blue line, on paper, at least the top four, isn't that bad. I mean, you got Hag and Yossi, and then Shea and Perbix. Perbix was a great addition for them. And Statsny and Blankenberg is your third pair there. So not a whole lot to say on the Nashville game, other than you have to win that game. Like, there's no excuse if this team actually is going to be a playoff team or a team that's at least in the mix till the end of the year. That's a game you have to win. Um, and yeah, these are two. I would say these are two defining games, considering the fact that they were in a great spot. They were 10-5-4. They lose three straight, and now here we are. Are they going to fold and fall back to earth like a lot of people think, or are they going to get back in the win column, beat a tough opponent in the Wild, carry the momentum, and beat the Predators, which is a game you should win, and get back into the playoff picture? This is going to be a really interesting two games. It's going to tell us a lot about which direction the Hawks are going this year. Um, I would say anything less than 3 out of 4 points, you're probably not going to be happy with. You should get 4 out of 4, but if you beat the Wild and you lose to the Preds in overtime, uh, you know, I'm not going to be too upset about that. So big two games coming up. Really excited to see the black jerseys on Friday against the Predators. Give me some score predictions in the comments. I'd love to hear it. Follow me over on Twitter. There's always a lot of good conversation going on over there with the Blackhawks and with hockey in general. It's the best way to reach me and to talk about hockey. Be sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.